In the heart of Nkokonjeru, surrounded by rolling hills and dense forests, lived Mama Adema, a woman of considerable wealth and influence. Known for her sharp tongue and formidable presence, she ruled her household with an iron fist. Her only son, Kwame, was her pride and joy, and she had dreams of him marrying into wealth to elevate their family's status. Kwame, however, followed his heart rather than his mother's ambitions. He fell deeply in love with Imara, a girl of humble origins whose kindness and wisdom were revered by all but Mama Adema. Imara's genuine nature and beauty captured Kwame's heart, but these same qualities incited his mother's fire. When Kwame declared his intention to marry Imara, Mama Adema was furious. "You will not marry that lower life," she bellowed. Yet Kwame stood firm, his voice unwavering. "I love her, mother. She is my choice." Refusing to accept their union, Mama Adema concocted a series of plots to drive them apart. She started by spreading malicious rumors about Imara, hoping to ruin her reputation. False stories of deceit and infidelity soon circulated, and many in the village began to shun Imara. But Kwame's love only grew stronger, and he defended Imara tirelessly. Seeing her initial plan fail, Mama Adema turned to a powerful witch doctor, bribing him to create a potion that would make Kwame forget Imara. The witch doctor, with his own dark intentions, handed her a vial of ominous, swirling liquid. "This will make him see her as a stranger," he promised. That night, Mama Adema poured the potion into Kwame's drink, her heart pounding with anticipation. Kwame drank the potion, and for a fleeting moment, his eyes clouded over. He staggered, feeling a sudden fog envelop his mind. His heart raced, and a cold sweat broke out on his forehead. As the potion took effect, Kwame's memories of Imara began to blur, replaced by a strange, disorienting sensation. He felt detached, as if watching his life from a distance. Mama Adema watched with bated breath, hoping the potion would serve the bond between her son and Imara. Kwame's expression turned vacant, and for a moment, it seemed as though the witch doctor's promise had been fulfilled. But deep within Kwame, the love he held for Imara was like a flame that refused to be extinguished. Despite the potion's powerful enchantment, Kwame's love for Imara burned through the haze. He clutched his head, fighting to clear his thoughts. The struggle within him was intense, but his feelings for Imara were too strong to be overcome by dark magic. Slowly, the fog lifted, and Kwame's memories of Imara returned with vivid clarity. Realizing the potion had failed, Mama Adema's desperation grew. She confronted Imara directly, storming into her modest home with fury blazing in her eyes. "You will leave my son," she demanded, "or face harsh consequences." Imara, though gentle, possessed an inner strength fueled by her love for Kwame. She met Mama Adema's rage with calm resolve. "I will not leave Kwame. Our love is true and cannot be destroyed by your hatred." Mama Adema, seeing that her threats and schemes had failed, decided to take the most extreme measure yet. She sought out a group of ruthless bandits known for their willingness to do anything for the right price. She paid them handsomely and instructed them to kidnap Imara and take her far away, ensuring she would never return. One dark night, as the moon hid behind thick clouds, the bandits struck. They waited until Imara was alone, walking back from the river where she had gone to fetch water. Silently, they surrounded her, their menacing figures emerging from the shadows. Before she could scream for help, a rough hand covered her mouth, and she was quickly bound and gagged. The bandits dragged Imara deep into the forest, far from the village and any hope of rescue. They locked her in a small, dilapidated hut, where they taunted her and threatened her with dire consequences if she tried to escape. For days, Imara endured the fear and uncertainty, her thoughts constantly drifting to Kwame and the life they had planned together. Meanwhile, Kwame sensed something was terribly wrong when Imara didn't return home. Driven by an overwhelming sense of dread, he set out to find her. He scoured the village, asking anyone if they had seen her, and followed every lead, no matter how small. His search led him to the edge of the forest, where he found a piece of Imara's clothing snagged on a branch. With renewed determination, Kwame ventured into the forest, his heart pounding with fear and hope. Guided by his love and the faintest of trails left by the bandits, he pressed on, despite the dangers lurking in the shadows. After what felt like an eternity, Kwame reached the hut where Imara was being held. He could hear her muffled cries for help, and his heart broke at the sound. Summoning all his courage, Kwame confronted the bandits. A fierce struggle ensued, but Kwame, fueled by his love for Imara, fought with the strength of 10 men. He managed to overpower the bandits and free Imara from her bonds. As they emerged from the forest, battered but victorious, the villagers who had followed Kwame's lead met them with relief and admiration. They had witnessed his unwavering love and bravery, and their hearts softened towards Imara. They realized the truth of her character and the depth of their bond. Witnessing her son's determination and the villagers' acceptance of Imara, Mama Adema was forced to confront her own prejudice and fears. Her schemes had failed, and her heart began to soften. In the end, the village celebrated the union of Kwame and Imara. Humbled and repentant, Mama Adema sought forgiveness from her son and his bride. She learned that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the love and unity of family. The poisonous mother-in-law became a cherished tale in Kokonjeru, a reminder that true love can overcome the darkest of intentions and bring light to even the most hardened of hearts.